I'm proud of this group. I think we've shown all season long, like, they're resilient, they're connected. They pull for each other. They enjoy one another. They celebrate one another, and that stuff alone is good for 10 to 12 points a game. And for this group, the way that they share the ball, how unselfish they are. I mean, I'm really proud of them. It's not been ideal circumstances all season long, but they've shown the character of who they are. They've been resilient. They've responded to adversity, and they continue to elevate one another. And I couldn't be more proud of this group than I am at this moment.
Angel Reese humiliated after quitting Chicago Sky and WNBA. She's nowhere near Caitlin Clark. The basketball world is buzzing after fresh controversy surrounds Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese. Listed as day-to-day with a vague back injury, Reese has missed multiple games during a crucial stretch for her team. This comes after last season's abrupt end due to a wrist injury and her decision not to finish the inaugural season of the unrivaled league.
She identified once they lost Vandersloot, their point guard, early in the year, and once they started getting their brains beat in, hey, we're not going to win anything this year. I'm not putting these L's on my resume. I'm going to have an excuse for the Chicago Sky potentially coming in with the worst or second worst record in the WNBA. These losses will not be on my resume.
Some analysts are now openly questioning whether Reese has effectively quit on the Sky for the second straight year. What's fueling the debate is the stark contrast between her and Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. While Reese has been absent from the lineup, the Sky have actually won more games without her, showing improved ball movement and team chemistry. Meanwhile, Clark, battling a legitimate groin injury, continues to travel with her team, actively support her teammates from the bench, and remain engaged in every game. She's averaging 16.5 points, nearly 9 assists per game, and is leading the league in assists, proving her value both on and off the court.
Last year with the Chicago Sky, you quit. You threw in the towel. Once you realized you never stood a chance, to be honest, with Caitlin Clark for that Rookie of the Year. But once you realized your double streak was over, and it was over. She took over post-Olympic break. Once you realized it was done, you threw in the towel, said your wrist was hurting for the rest of the year. You threw in the towel and said your wrist was hurting for the rest of the year and didn't play again. This past the inaugural season of Unrivaled, you didn't even finish that season. You didn't even show up for the championship. No, not only did you not play, you didn't even show up to the game at all. People noticing a pattern with you. That's 2 seasons in a row.
The optics aren't helping Reese's case. She skipped traveling to face the Fever in one of the league's most anticipated matchups, but was front and center for the All-Star game weeks earlier, participating in promotional events and grabbing media attention. Critics point out that her back seems fine when the spotlight is on but becomes a problem when it's time to face top competition. This isn't the first time Reese's absence has been tied to speculation about protecting her personal brand or avoiding poor performances. 2 seasons, 2 injuries, both emerging at moments when her game was under the most scrutiny. By contrast, Clark's resilience and leadership have fueled Indiana's steady rise, with the Fever holding a perfect 4-0 record over Chicago this season. The gap between the 2 stars is becoming harder to ignore. Clark's presence shifts the game's momentum and drives fan engagement nationwide, while Reese's absence rarely makes headlines beyond Chicago. As the Fever build a roster capable of competing for multiple championships, the Sky remains stuck with inconsistency and off-court drama. The question now is whether Reese will return this season, and if she does, whether she can rebuild trust with her team and fans. For now, the difference is clear. Clark shows up, even when hurt. Reese disappears, leaving more questions than answers.